When I boarded that plane back home, I didn't cry. I thought our love was stronger than distance, stronger than a 6-month visa reset, stronger than age gaps, uncertainties, or any late-night worries that tend to creep in when life starts shifting under your feet. He hugged me at the airport like he was sending off his wife to war. His hands shook. He whispered promises against my ear like they were vows. "I'll wait for you. We'll figure out the visas. We'll build our life." And I believed him, because why wouldn't I? We'd met abroad in Australia. Our parents had met. We'd talked about future kids, future homes, countries we'd live in, holidays we'd spend together. It wasn't some casual backpacker fling. At least, I didn't think it was. When I landed back home, I messaged him immediately. Photos, updates, little "I miss yous." He responded with the same energy. For 3 days. By day 4, his messages felt stiff, short. Like someone trying to keep up an act, but forgetting his lines. And by day 7, he called me with a tone so dramatic he might as well have been auditioning for a soap opera. He started with a sigh, a deep, shaky exhale like he just ran a marathon of self-pity. "I need to be honest," he said. "I haven't slept. I'm thinking about our future, and my anxiety is out of control. I'm scared about visas, careers, my age, marriage, everything." I listened quietly, pressing the phone to my ear so hard it hurt. He continued, piling excuse upon excuse like he was stacking a tower of cowardice. "I'm just starting my adult life. Our paths don't align. I don't want to make you wait. It's impossible. Let's try. No, forget it. Maybe. No." He flip-flopped so many times, I felt like I was watching a tennis match, except the ball was my heart, and he was hitting it to whichever side benefited him in the moment. But here's the thing. He was acting too guilty, too nervous, too premeditated. It felt rehearsed, like a man trying to convince himself he was the hero of the story, even while stabbing someone in the back. But I begged him to meet me in person for closure, to not end a 1.5-year relationship over a phone call like a coward. And guilty as he was, he agreed. He bought a ticket. He would fly to my country. He would land on Friday, my birthday. It felt almost poetic, a final goodbye wrapped in the illusion of dignity. But that was before I discovered the truth. It started with a notification, a tiny pop-up on my screen that cracked open a giant, ugly truth. A message from a girl I didn't know. Her profile photo was sunlit and flirty, the kind of girl who giggles in group photos and takes mirror selfies with sparkly filters. The message preview read, "You're so attractive. I got butterflies when you touched my back." My heart dropped so hard, it felt like it hit the floor. I opened the message thread. My hands trembled, but my anger was already rising. Slow, hot, and sharp. Scrolling. More messages. More girls. 3 at least. Different names. Different photos, different conversations, and the timestamps, hours, not weeks, not months, hours after I had left the country. This wasn't fear or anxiety. This wasn't panic over the future. This wasn't a noble attempt to protect me. This was a pattern, a disgusting, cowardly pattern. I remembered something he once told me, half confession, half justification, about his ex. They also did long distance. He swore his loyalty. He told her he loved her. He cried about wanting a future. And then, within days, He downloaded dating apps, matched with girls, met me, and then broke up with her using the same script he was now giving me. Same tone, same "I'm scared of the future" excuse, same pathetic moral high ground of "I don't want to make you wait." He was a monkey brancher, a man who never let go of one woman until he was already swinging toward another. He preached loyalty. He loved using that word. But the moment I wasn't physically next to him, he filled the void with new women like he was patching drywall. And he thought he could get away with it again. Poor idiot. I sat on my bed, phone in hand, screenshots saved like a stack of loaded bullets. I wasn't crying anymore. I wasn't shaking. What I felt instead was something cold, steady, calculated. That's when the idea hit me. He wanted a nice, peaceful conversation on my birthday. He wanted to feel like a tragic hero doing the right thing. He wanted to leave with a clean conscience. No, not this time. Not with me. So I drafted a plan. Carefully, quietly, beautifully cruel. Step 1. Invite him to a quiet, cute cafe. Somewhere he'd feel comfortable. Somewhere semi-public. Step 2. Bring 2 friends. Discreetly. One at a nearby table. One outside. Step 3. Let him talk. Let him dig his own grave. Calmly. Coldly. Precisely. Step 5. Deliver my birthday speech. The one he'd never see coming. Step 6. Leave him sitting there, alone. With the bill, with his guilt, and without a single part of me he thought he still controlled. This wouldn't just be closure. This would be justice. Friday came, my birthday. I put on a soft cream dress, elegant but simple, the kind that says, "I am not here to cry. I am here to end things." I arrived early. My friends took their positions, casual, invisible. When he walked into the cafe, he smiled like he expected me to melt. He looked nervous, sure, but also hopeful, like he genuinely believed he still had power over me. He sat down, reached for my hand. I pulled mine back. His eyes flickered, confused. Good. He started his speech, the same recycled Nobel Peace Prize breakup monologue he'd used on his ex. The same guilt-soaked theatrics. The same trembling voice. He talked for nearly 10 minutes. And I let him. Because the higher the man builds his imaginary pedestal, the harder he falls when reality kicks it out from under him. When he finally finished, wiping fake stress tears from the corner of his eyes, he reached out again. "I hope you understand," he whispered. "I didn't want to hurt you on your birthday." I smiled. A slow, cold smile that made him stiffen. Then I pulled out my phone, opened the gallery, and slid it across the table to him. His eyes dropped to the screen. First screenshot, the girl with the butterflies. Second screenshot, the girl he was planning to meet Thursday night. Third screenshot, the girl he called my distraction. And then more and more. His face drained of color so fast I thought he might faint. His lips parted, but nothing came out. Not even a breath. Finally, what is this? I leaned back, crossing my arms. I don't know, you tell me. You're the one touching strangers' backs 2 days after I left the country. He swallowed, hard. He looked around, panicked, as if searching for an escape hatch in the middle of a cafe. I can explain. No, I said calmly. You can't. Because you told the same story to your ex. Same words, same lines, same future panic, same dating apps. His jaw literally trembled. He opened and closed his mouth like a fish dying on a deck. And then I delivered the line that would haunt him. I'm not here to be your closure. You're here to be mine. I leaned forward, voice low, but sharp enough to cut glass. You lied to me. You cheated emotionally within days. You tried to play noble hero while lining up replacements. And you actually thought you deserved a calm, kind goodbye? He finally spoke, voice breaking. Please, don't do this. Not here. I raised an eyebrow. Why? Embarrassed? You should be. He reached out like he wanted to stop the conversation physically. I slid my chair back. Don't touch me. My friends watched quietly, ready if needed. Then I said, you didn't come here to give me peace. You came here to look like a good guy, to pat yourself on the back for ending things gently, to feel morally superior. I picked up my bag and stood. His eyes widened in panic. Where are you going? To celebrate my birthday with people who actually love me. And before walking away, I delivered the final blow. Oh, and don't worry about the bill. Consider it my last gift to you. He whispered my name, desperate, but I didn't look back. Not once. As I walked out of the cafe, the air felt lighter, clean, like stepping out of a humid room into cool evening breeze. Behind me, through the window, I saw him collapse into his chair, hands in his hair, staring at the bill and at the screenshots flashing across my phone I intentionally left open on the table. My friends snapped a photo of him for posterity. Pathetic. Alone. Exposed. And most importantly, powerless. Something he never expected to feel with a woman 7 years older than him. A woman he assumed would cling, tolerate, forgive, beg. But instead, I cut the rope and watched him fall. He messaged me dozens of times. First excuses, then apologies, then guilt, then love bombing, then bargaining. I blocked him everywhere. My friends and I went out that night and celebrated the best birthday I'd had in years. Not because of the revenge, not even because of the confrontation, but because I finally remembered who I was. A woman who doesn't settle for scraps, a woman who refuses to be disrespected, a woman who does not beg cowards for honesty. And the final cherry on top, 3 days later, one of the girls he flirted with messaged me. Hey, I think we both dodged a massive bullet. We had a hilarious conversation comparing messages, timelines, and lies. He didn't just lose me. He lost everyone. Monkey branching requires another branch. But I made sure his broke mid-swing. The climax of this story isn't the cafe. It isn't the bill. It isn't even his shocked, pale face. The real climax is watching a man who built his identity on being charming, loyal, desirable, crumble under the truth of who he really is. A coward, a cheater, A man who mistakes attention for love and options for worth. And for the first time in his life, he had to sit alone, with no safety net, no backup girl, no emotional lifeline. Just the consequences. Delivered gift-wrapped on my birthday. Sometimes revenge isn't destroying someone. It's simply showing them the mirror they've spent their whole life avoiding and walking away while they collapse under their own reflection. Closure doesn't come from forgiveness. It comes from clarity. And nothing is clearer than the moment you realize you deserved better all along. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button like you're blocking a toxic ex. Subscribe for more stories where karma doesn't hesitate. And tell us in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen? Because, who knows, your story might be the next one we tell.